Hello everyone, this is Souleymane Thiam from IHC Catalyst and Caraval. So I'm working as a technical manager at IHC. Today I will introduce you Gazelle, a quick introduction of Gazelle, and then I will show you how to perform the registration in Gazelle and also why the registration is important for this upcoming event. Okay, so in the summary, as I said in my previous slide, a quick introduction for for participants who never use Gazelle or who uh, never used Gazelle in the past. And also I will show you the calendar and the main phases of the event, the registration, preparatory, then the event itself. So I will detail all phases for the upcoming event. And after that, we will switch to Gazelle. I will show you how to perform the registration in Gazelle and why the registration is important. At the end of the meeting, we will open the question. If you have any question in the registration process in Gazelle, I will answer to your question. Uh, what is Gazelle? Gazelle is sorry, excuse me. Gazelle is a test management tool oriented toward interoperability and conformance testing. Okay, it's just for interoperability and conformance testing. So Gazelle is not one tool. It's a suite of simulator that simulate IHE actors and also a suite of validator. We'll see during this presentation in the LACPASS Gazelle instance, for example, we have several validator, file validator, HTTP validator, and so on. So we'll discover all of those tools. And also in Gazelle, we have a suite of support tools like the proxy. Some of the participants in the call have already used the proxy, the Gazelle proxy during the previous event. And the proxy is not the only support tool we have. We have also other tools like, for example, a tool for generating data, and we have also the patient manager. We have several tools, several support tools around Gazelle. So just in summary, Gazelle is a suite of simulator, suite of validator, and suite of support tool. So Gazelle is also a tool that can be used for testing interoperability and conformance of e-health information system. First, for IHE Connectathon, it was created for IHE Connectathon to manage the test plan, to help the participant to find their test partner in Gazelle, and so on. Also, it was created for vendor implementing e-health standard. So I implement e-health standard, and I would like to know if my implementation is correct or not. So I go to Gazelle and then test my implementation between my system and the test that implement the health standard against the Gazelle simulator to exchange some message between my system to the Gazelle simulator to check if my implementation is correct or not. Gazelle is also used for users deploying users. We mean here the hospital deploying and using a health information system, and also for conformity assessment testing. For example, um, I develop my product, I test with Gazelle simulator, and I need to label my product before to label my product or certifying my product before I sell it in the market. So in this slide, you can see on your right all the organizations around the world that are using Gazelle. So you can see the European Commission, we have WHO, we have also IHE China, IHE Japan. In Africa, you have Gabon, and IHE Europe you use the tool also. You have also eHealth Suisse, Italy, the G20, Canada, and many countries around the world. So this is some images concerning some event. Sometimes we can manage some event around 400, 500 or more than 500 around Gaza. Okay, so Gaza will help all of these participants to connect together to test their interoperability between their system, to find a test partner, to test with Gazelle simulators, Gazelle validators, and so on. So in this picture, you can see Raxel, the European Connectathon, the Swiss Connectathon, and so on. So for the upcoming event in Gazelle, we will divide the activity in 4 stages. The first stage is the registration. That's the goal of my presentation today, how to perform the registration. After the registration, we have the pre-project attend testing because before coming to the event, you need to prepare your system. You need to make sure that you implement the IHC profiles in the Connectathon scope, like, for example, PGQM, like IPS, like, for example, SVCM. So once you implement those profiles and actors, Gazelle will provide you a test plan, and you need to test against the simulators to check if your implementation is correct or not. This is the second stage, the preparatory testing. After that, we have the connectivity testing. The connectivity testing is not mandatory. It's just for remote participant. For example, I'm from Brazil, for example. I would like to participate in remote. So I need to perform the connectivity test to make sure that I can reach the network in the room, in the testing room. If I have no limitation regarding the network, the firewall, and so on. It's mostly connectivity testing, network connectivity testing to make sure that you have access. You can send some transaction to the other system. If you are not remote, if you be in the event on site, you don't need to perform the connectivity. So this is the third stage. And the last stage, of course, is the projectathon. You will meet all member states, all countries, all participants, and you will perform some transaction against their system. So the registration will take 1 month, as you can see in this slide. It starts today and will end at September 20. As of September 20, the registration will be closed. So we will focus on the preparation of the test plan. So after September 20, you will be not able to perform your registration in Gazelle. So I advise you to do it as soon as possible if you have time. So after the registration, the pre-project attend testing will take also 1 month. So for the pre-project attend testing, we are discussing about the test plan. So we need to define the test plan with Aichi, Carlos, Pablo, and Fernando to define what is required for the preparatory testing. And we'll prepare the test plan in Gazelle and we'll present to you during our next webinar. The connectivity, as I said, will take just 2 weeks. It's not too long. Generally, for LACPASS, for example, generally all participants are on site, so it's not needed for LACPASS event. So after the connectivity testing, we switch on to the event, 22nd to 24 October. The place will be communicated. I don't know the place at this time. And after the event, we will publish the report. So we have 2 reports, your individual report and then the global report of the event. Your individual report is private. Only your organization or only your country can have access to the report. And for the final report, the global report of the event will be accessible for everyone. So the report will be published at November 15. So at the end of this presentation, I will show you for this year what are the contents of what is the content of the report for this upcoming event. So globally, this is the calendar, and just to give you step by step before I come to the registration, I will focus to the preparatory testing, to the pre-project attend testing. So for the pre-project attend testing, we have a member state A. It can be Belize, it can be Colombia, Brazil, or Argentina. So the first thing to do during the preparatory stage for each member state, they will get access to Gazelle test management. Gazelle test management is the core of Gazelle. I will come to this tool at the end of the presentation. So the first thing to do for each member state is to get access to Gazelle and read the test plan. We have two test plans, the test plan for the preparatory and the test plan for the event. So for each test plan, Gazelle will tell you which simulator you have to use to perform your test. Let's suppose, for example, you implement PDQM, for example. In Gazelle, you will find some preparatory tests that say, okay, you need to send some transaction from your system and the test to the Gazelle NPI. So Gazelle will tell you which simulator, for this example, it will be the Gazelle NPI. So Gazelle will tell you the name of the simulator, and Gazelle will give you also the link to get access to that NPI. And also some information regarding the request and so on. So once you have the name of the simulator, you can perform some tests to send some transaction PDQM between your system to the Gazelle simulator. Okay, this is just an example of PDQM. It can be MHD. For example, we have some MHD simulator, so you can exchange some message between your system against the Gazelle MHD simulator. So after that, once you exchange some request and response message, Gazelle will tell you, will give you also some information regarding the type of validator to use. You need to validate the request you send to the simulator and then the response you receive from the simulator. So Gazelle will tell you also which validator to use in Gazelle. It can be HTTP validator, it can be Matchbox validator, and it can be SVCM validator. It depends. But for each test cases, Gazelle will guide you and will give you all the needed information. So this is globally the preparatory test, how it looks like. So as you can see, you have some simulators, you have some validators, and you have the Gazelle test management. The Gazelle test management is the core of Gazelle. So your system on the test will interact with all of these Gazelle tools. So this is for the preparatory stage. And after that, at the end, you can collect all of your evidence in the Gazelle test management tool. They can be monitored by the Raxel monitor. They can check if your tests against the simulator are successful or not, or if there are something missing or not. But all the evidence will be collected in the Gazelle test management. So this is for the preparatory. Now, before I come to the peer-to-peer test, I can just give you the example of one of the track we will test during the upcoming event. I take this track from Pablo, Carlos, and Fernando. On this track 1A, we generate smart health, IPS and smart health link. So as you can see in this diagram, you have the ITI 78. So that means your system health share health electronic health record will exchange some message between the Gazelle MPI simulator for the preparatory stage. So after that, the MPI has an internal proxy. And then you have the possibility also to perform, once you exchange your message between your system to the MPI, you have the possibility to use some Gazelle validator to validate HTTP validator, for example, to validate your request, the request you send from the share to the Gazelle MPI, and then you can validate also the response message you receive from the MPI. So this is for the first case. This is an example of preparatory test you can do. That's exactly the same for SVCM. SVCM, you have some validators. It's not installed in the Gazelle instance, but if needed, we can install it. We have the proxy that will be used between your system to the Snowstorm server. For IPS also, we have some validator available. MHD, we have the proxy, we have the simulator, and we have the validator also. Okay, so for all of these transaction and profiles, Gazelle will provide you the test plan, and for each test plan, Gazelle will tell you if you need the proxy, if you need this validator or this simulator. So now once the preparatory stage is done, so now your system is ready to perform peer-to-peer tests between other member states. Okay. So in this stage also, you have another test plan in Gazelle. And Gazelle will tell you, okay, you are testing MHD, for example. We have another country, member state B. They are testing MHD. They can act as a server. Your system is acting as a client, and their system is acting as a server. So you can Gazelle will provide you all information to reach the member state B, the name of the system, the list of the users that are using this system. For example, if it's Brazil, it will tell you, okay, for this system, you can, for Brazil, SUT operator, you have Italo, you have, and Gazelle will give you the list of the person who are managing the Brazil system. So once you are ready to test with the member state B, so now you can exchange the transaction. You can send an MHT transaction or send your IPS document or or others transaction. But you can exchange some transaction between the member state, between your system to the system of the member state B. In the middle, we have the proxy. Why the proxy is needed? The proxy is in the middle to capture the request message and the response message, and it will allow you to validate them in EVS client. Okay, and also you can share those validation to the monitors to collect the evidence in Gazelle test management tool for monitor verification. So globally, this is the peer-to-peer test, but we'll discuss on it before the event because the test plan is not ready yet for this peer-to-peer test. And this is another diagram that summarizes the previous one. We have the monitors. We have also some support, the support team. You have Fernando and other members from IHE team. So you have the Gazelle support team in case you face any issues in the tools or testing, test description, and so on. So at the end of this stage, this is the peer-to-peer test you will execute during the event. So now in Gazelle, we'll be able to provide you the report. This year, the report will give you some information, the test detail, which country did you test, for example, for PDQ, for IPS, for example, which country did you test their IPS document, which country has tested your IPS document, how many test instances did you execute during the event, what are the issues you encounter. So all of these information will be provided by Gazelle. So, and based on those information from Gazelle, will establish your report. So you have the report for in the report, you have all the information for the no-peer test, preparatory, peer-to-peer, the results from of the grading by monitors, their results, and the name of the monitors also who check your test, who give some comment. If there are some comment in your test from the monitors, in the report, you will find all of those reports. And also after this stage, you have the grading of the system because the monitors will give the first stage of the grading, but the second stage is to give the grading of the system. The grading of the system will say, okay, for the implementation of the PDQM, we have 6 tests, 4 tests are okay, and 2 tests are failed. So the grading of the system will give you the final grading result of the implementation for PDQM. Okay, we have 4 successful tests and 2 failed tests. So what will be the final status for PDQM testing? It will be fail, or it will be at risk, or it will be successful. So this is another stage of the grading. So we discussed on it before the event in detail. So, and after that, we have the IHC comment, include the IHC comment for each track and each profile, and also Raxel will provide also their remark and evaluation. So globally, this is how the report will looks like, and Gazelle will provide us all the inputs to work on in the report. So before you have your report, before you execute the peer-to-peer test, and before you execute the preparatory testing, you need to perform the registration. The registration is mandatory for all participants. If you do not register your system for this upcoming event, I can say that Gazelle will not recognize you. So you will participate, but at the end, Gazelle will say, okay, I don't know this country. They didn't execute any test. So I have no record from this member state. So that's why the registration is very, very important. During the registration, Gazelle need to know the name of your system, that system, which country it's come from. For example, it come from Colombia, it come from Uruguay or another country. How many person or how many participants are working around that system? For example, Colombia, if they send 3 persons to work, to execute the test during the event, Gazelle need to recognize all of those 3 persons. So Gazelle need to record everything. So the registration will be performed in the tool, the Gazelle Test Management Tool. Gazelle Test Management Tool is the core of Gazelle. You'll find the test plan, you'll find your test partner in the Gazelle Test Management Tool, and you will perform your registration also in the Gazelle Test Management Tool. So now I can switch into Gazelle. So this is, can you still see my screen? I'm displaying the Gazelle web page. Is it okay?
Correct.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so this is the Gazelle essence of Raxel. In this Gazelle essence, you can see you have the proxy, you have the core of Gazelle, Gazelle Test Management, you have Gazelle Security Suite for testing ATNA, EVS client. In EVS client, you'll find all the validator you will use during the event. You have GDSCN validator, probably you will have a presentation from WHO or another team, but the validator is already available. You have also the QR code for DVC, the new profile, the digital vaccination certificate, the validator from WHO will be available here. On IHC side, you have the HTTP validator available here also for testing ITI 104, ITI 83, ITI 78, and all transactions. And also you have the matchbox. I didn't show it, but you have also a matchbox in case you would like to test the body of your file request or response. So in the matchbox, you can upload your file and then it will validate the content of your message. So this is the gazelleraxel.org matchbox version 3. So globally, this is, and you have also the MPI, of course, the Pasha Manager. Yeah, so this is for Raxel. In the others Gazelle instance, I can show you quickly. For example, just go down. Okay. So this is, for example, for Canada. For Canada, we have also the same tools. We have almost the same tool as for Raxel. For Swiss, we have more tools because they are performing their 77 they have seven events around Gazelle, so they have more tools than the others project pattern. So yeah, but the list of the simulator and validator will depends on the size of the project and also the need of the project. Okay, for example, if we need more simulator, we can install more simulator. If you implement in the scope, if you have more IHC profile, we will add the needed simulator and needed validator. So the number of the tool will be more than what we have here. So for the registration, you need to focus on the Gazelle Test Management tool. This tool, the Gazelle Test Management. When you click on Gazelle Test Management, just make sure that you are in the right language. For example, here I'm in French, but I can switch in English. When you are in, once you get this page, if your flag is not in this page, that means you have never participated to the LACPASS Connectathon. So you need to register your country. But in my understanding, most of the country already participate. So if your country is not in this list, you need to register your country in Gazelle first. How to register your country in Gazelle? You have the button sign up. In this button, you need to give your first name. For example, I can give Souleymane Thiam. My email, I can give any email. For example, this one. I need to provide my password. Uh, Here I need to provide my password and then click on next. So from this page, organization information, if uh, you already, if you have never participated to the event, your country participating for the first time, you need to click on register and administrate new organization. So you need to put the name of your organization, your country, short name, the website of your the website of your health ministry. So you can provide the link here and click on next. So you need to click on next and validate. If, for example, your organization already exists, for example, Argentina, they already participated last year. So, but I'm new, so that's my first event. I was not in the Argentina team last year, for example. This is my first time, but I'm working for Argentina. Argentina organization will be available in this list. I can search it, but it's probably in this list. So let's take the example. Yeah, this is Argentina. So this is Argentina, and then you just need to click on next. You just need to select your organization. Your information are already provided because this is your first event. You have no account in Gazelle. You select Argentina and then click on next. It will give you the summary of what you register. And then you need to click on confirm. When you click on confirm, you will receive an automatic email from Gazelle to give you to inform you that you register in Gazelle, and now you need to wait for your registration approval. The registration approval will take generally few minutes or 1 hour. Yeah, but it doesn't take time. So once you register your organization, if it doesn't exist, or you register your user account if it doesn't exist, so now you can go back to Gazelle Test Management and click on login. Okay. If you already have an account, you participate to the previous event, you don't need to create any account. You just need to put the same username you used last year and the same password. If you forget your password, click on the password forget. Okay. So Gazelle will reset your password and you need to click on connection. Okay. Put the login you have last year. If you forget your password, click on password forget, and then you will receive an email to reset your password. Okay. So now, for example, for me, I know my password, I know my username, so I will use it. Okay. So let me connect with another account. Okay. So now you connect to Gazelle. The first thing to do is to register your system under test, because Gazelle now know your organization name. It's the Health Ministry of Argentina. Gazelle know who's using this system. It's Souleymane Cham. Now, once you connect, you need to add. Let me switch in English. Sorry. You need to click on add a SUT. You need to click on add SUT. When you click on add SUT, you don't need to change anything on the organization keyword because it automatically selects Argentina, because Gazelle know that this username is from Argentina. So Gazelle will automatically populate this field. On the system name and product, please provide the name of your country. Okay, so I can put, for example, Argentina or member state. A, for example. This is so important because last year we faced some issues on to find the systems. For example, we have a lot of name and we couldn't, with Carlos, we find a lot of issues to identify this system is for which country. So for this year, provide the name of your country in the system product name. This is the first stage. The second one is to select the system type. For the system type, you need to select LAC, this value. Okay. And after that, you have the system keyword. In the system keyword, you need to provide your country code. For example, Colombia, it's COL. Okay, so for Colombia, it's COL. Brazil, I can't remember, but you need to provide the keyword of your system. And also, in the document I will provide to Carlos tomorrow, maybe I include a tab. And in that tab, I include also the country code of for each participant, okay, corresponding for each country. So you can, if you can't remember the country, the code of your country, you can check that tab and then populate it, then enter the value. For the version, it's LACPASS 2024. And for the owner, it's automatically populated by Gazelle, so you have nothing to do here. So click on save. And when you click on save, you have the button profile and actors. From this button, you need to click on the green button and select all the lists of the profile you will test during the upcoming event. In my understanding, all countries will test all track. So Carlos tell me, or Fernand tell me if I'm wrong, but for me, all countries will test all tracks. So if you test all tracks, so you can select all of these profiles in this list. So you need to click all in the green button at this each profile. You need to click on each of them one by one. You need to do it for each page. It's just 4 pages. It doesn't take time. Okay, so once everything is done, so you need to click on close. So Gazelle will add all the list of the profiles in this from this list: PDQM, SVCM, IPS, MHD, and also the vaccination profile, the DVC, Digital Vaccination Certificate. So once you click on all profiles, so you need to go back to System Summary and then update your registration status. Your registration status is completed. Okay. And once you set it to completed, you need to click on update. Okay. So when I refresh my page, so my registration is fully completed. So this is what we expect during the registration. Register your account if you don't have any account. Register your organization if your country has never participated to the LACPASS event. Okay, log in into Gazelle and then create your system and add all the profiles because you will test all the tracks. Do not care about this button. It's missing dependencies because there are one of these profiles that depends to ATNA, and ATNA is not in the scope. So do not care about this green button. So once you change the registration status to completed, your registration is done. So you can wait for the preparatory testing. We will have another webinar to describe what is expected, where to find your test plan for the preparatory stage. To present to you also the list of the tool. Probably some of you already start using the tool because I have heard that you already start using the MPI, the Gazelle MPI. But in the preparatory stage, it's another test plan, and we'll have more details. And these tests will be included in your report. The testing here we have the date of the event, October 20 to October 24, and the evaluation. I mean the grading of the system, the preparation of the report will start after October 2024. So this is what I wanted to show you. Just one more detail. Before you perform your registration, make sure that you are in the right testing session for this upcoming event. The right testing session is Gazelle Projectathon 2024. Maybe I can include LACPASS or PH4H. And here you will find the name of the country. Carlos, Fernando, and Pablo didn't communicate yet the name of the country, but once we have the name of the country, you will see the name here. I put TBD because it's to be defined. If you are not in the right testing session, because some of you, we had that issue last year when they connect in the first time, they connect to the Chile Gazelle testing session. This is for the Connectathon in Chile. So if you are, by mistake, if you are in this testing session is already closed, you need to click on join another session. Okay, when you click on join another session, search for Project Atom 2024 and then click on it. Okay, if you are in the, if you connect login into Gazelle and you are automatically, and you see LACPASS Project Atom Sao Paulo, this is what the testing session we used last year. So this is not the right session to use for to perform your registration for the upcoming event. So that's the same for Chile. You need to click on join another session and then click on Project Atom 2024 to be defined and click on the check button. Okay, same also for the G20 pilot Connectathon with WHO. It's 2022. If you participate during this event, so if you are on this testing session, same also click on join session and then switch to Projectathon 2024. Okay. So tomorrow I will share a document with I will send a document to Carlos that describe step by step how to perform the registration. All the step I show you in this demo, I will give you a document with all information, the screenshot of the page and so on, in English and also in Spanish. I don't speak Spanish, but I have some tools to translate the document. And if you have any question, you can reach out to me or to Carlos or to Raxel monitors. So this is what I wanted to share. If you have any question, I'm open to answer your question in the registration or Gazelle and so on. Yeah, thank you so much. We have 15 minutes left for your question.
Thank you, Souleymane. Thank you very much. I will switch to Spanish. ¿Alguien tiene alguna pregunta en particular de este proceso de registro que acaba de presentar Souleymane? De todas maneras, recordar que tenemos algunas semanas como plazo para registro. La idea es que también vayamos viendo esto durante los checkpoints que tenemos con los monitores. Lo vamos a agregar como una actividad más dentro de los hitos que deben cumplir camino hacia la Connectathon. Así que también nos apoyaremos en este proceso con el equipo de monitores, con el squad de LACPASS. ¿Preguntas? ¿Questions? Anyone? Veo Laura plantea una pregunta en el chat, se la vamos a hacer a Souleymane. Souleymane, we have a question on the chat regarding the registration, if you need to register a country, a person, or both. Maybe can you explain a little bit about?
Yeah, but for example, just one example, you have, for example, just give you another example, Chile, for example. Okay, Chile is participating. If they participated last year, and in Chile also they participate. So you don't need to register the Chile organization. You have the registration for the organization and the registration for the system For the country, if you already participate, you don't need to register for your country. Okay, but you have to register for your system. The system and the test will be this system. You will not use the same system as you used last year for Brazil. And to register for the system, that's the process I show you. Just one moment. Okay. To register the system, it's the registration of the system is mandatory for all countries, even if you participate last year or not. It's mandatory for all countries. This is the first thing. If your organization has never participated to the event, so you need to register your organization. I mean, if, for example, your, 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 your country is not in this list, you need to register your country in Gazelle. How to register your country? You need to click on sign up, and sign up, you need to populate this page. In the organization information, you have the button join new organization. Okay, so you need to, Gazelle will ask you to populate. Just one moment. Yeah. If you participate for the first time, your organization doesn't exist in Gazelle, you need to register. Click here, register and administrate and a new organization. Okay, but you need to do this if your country is not in the in this list. Okay, if it's in this list, you just need to click on login. In the login, you already participated last year, so you need to put the same login you used last year and the same password. If you forget your password, you can click on forget password, this button. Okay. If you can't remember, if you forget your username and your password, you can reach out to me or to Sergio, and we will provide you the username you used last year. The password, you need to click again on password forget, or we can reset your password from Gazelle. But use the same information you used last year, and if it doesn't work, please let us know. Okay. It answered your question, or?
Yeah, yeah, it's okay. Maybe you can show, we have another question on the chat, but maybe you can show the part for the team of every country, because probably we will have the same countries or a lot of countries from the last version of the Connectathon, but probably new team members this year.
Yeah, if you are, if for example, Argentina, they have new team, so that's exactly the same process. You need to click each of the person who will participate from Argentina, they need to create their user account. They need to click on sign up to populate all of their information, the email, information, a new password because they are new users. Okay. And on this page, they do not, they need to select Argentina because they will use the same organization. Okay, it's just a new team. They already create their user information here, and here they just need to select Argentina because Argentina already exists. If Argentina didn't exist, so they need to click on register new organization. But Argentina already exists, so they need to click on Argentina. Ministro de Salud de Argentina, and click on next and confirm. That's it. Any more question? I missed the version part, how we fill this field. Okay, so in the version part, let me go back to Gazelle. In the version, you just need to put LACPASS 2024. Let me show you. In the document I will share with Carlos tomorrow, I will describe. Yeah. Yeah, here you need to put LACPASS 2024. Okay, maybe I can just quickly give you the document 27. Okay, this document. Okay, so I'm preparing this document. It will be finalized tomorrow. You have all the screenshots on how to perform, how to create an organization if it doesn't exist, how to create a user account, and so on. And on this page, you have, for each country, you have the country code. Okay, so this country code will be added. Here you need to select LAC, your country code, Colombia COL, for example. And here you need to put the name of your country, Argentina, Malaysia, Colombia, and so on. So in this document, that's what I explained here. System type LAC, system keyword, enter your country code. version LAC 2024, system product name, the name of your country. Okay. It respond to your question. Okay. Any more question on the registration or Gazelle or the test plan, the upcoming test plan? Okay, thank you. So it's clear enough.
Perfect. Thanks, Souleymane.
Perfect. So Carlos, tomorrow I will send you this document.
Okay.
I will finalize it tomorrow and put it in Spanish and share it to you so they have all the process and everything.
Great, Souleymane. Thank you. We will distribute that with the countries. Let me switch to Spanish. Entonces, material para el registro, la grabación de esta presentación, que por supuesto va a quedar disponible para todos, y el documento que nos va a compartir Souleymane vía Slack también lo vamos a compartir con todos los países, ese documento guía. Si existe alguna duda respecto del proceso de registro, por favor levantarlo vía canal de Slack. Ahí está tanto el squad de LACPASS, el equipo de monitores, como también el equipo de IH. Así que ahí quedamos atentos. Traten de comenzar con esta tarea temprano, digamos, en esta apertura del, del ciclo de registro para poder abarcar ahí cualquier duda o problemática que podamos encontrar en el camino. Pero mientras antes dejemos esto de manera ordenada, mejor una actividad que después no nos quite tiempo de las actividades técnicas que tenemos alrededor de los tracks que tenemos que desarrollar para la colecta. Bien, no veo más preguntas. Les agradezco a todos la participación en el webinar de hoy y, por supuesto, quedamos atentos a cualquier otra duda que pueda surgir. Thank you very much, Suleiman. We will close now this webinar and
Yeah, just wanted to add one more information.
please.
For example, for the country that changed their team, because last year for each country they have an admin vendor admin role.
Yeah.
So something, yeah. So for example, for this year, if they connect, just an example, Argentina, they have a U team. If they connect for the first time, they can face some issue to create a system in that organization, because Gazelle will say, okay, you are not the admin, so you will not be able to do anything. So in that case, they need to inform us or
Yeah.
Sergio. We can give them the right to allow them to create the system.
Right.
Just the
Yeah.
role to change, yeah.
Thanks for clarifying that, Suleiman. Es importante ese punto asociado a los administradores, lo revisamos también caso a caso. Bueno, muchísimas gracias. Adelante con las actividades que estaremos liberando también de septiembre. Durante esta semana se liberan los hitos para septiembre en conjunto con lo del registro, que también es un punto importante a cumplir. Gracias por asistir el día de hoy y nos estamos viendo en una próxima sesión de webinar probablemente. Tengan muy buena semana. Thank you very much, Sullivan, again, and see you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.